And tonight, the city of Fort Wayne and Google are hosting a community forum to address the Google data center. It comes after months of intense public concern over the development's environmental impacts. Fox 55's Brian Miller is live from the Grand Wayne Center with a look at what's happening and how we got here. Brian?
All right, Laquan, I do appreciate you filling it in for me on the desk so I could be right here. We're in the room where about 300 people are set to be able to give questions to Google and the city and get feedback about that site, that data center that has been controversial over the past couple of months, and it's now up and running. Now, tonight, the focus is on the future, but to understand how we got here, we've got to look back at how this project was kind of fast-forwarded under a veil of secrecy at the time. Take a look. The story of this nearly 900-acre development near Adams Center and Paulding Roads begins in the fall of 2023. Known only as Project Zodiac, the plan was proposed by an unnamed Fortune 100 company. The city and county quickly moved to secure the deal. In December 2023, the Allen County Board of Commissioners unanimously approved rezoning. Days later, the Fort Wayne City Council followed, unanimously approving a significant financial package. They agreed to a 10-year, 50% tax abatement, waiving over $55 million in property taxes for the then mystery company. In exchange, the developer promised to invest at least $845 million and provide a minimum of 30 full-time jobs, plus an annual supplemental payment of at least $1 million. The following month, in January 2024, the identity of the mystery corporation revealed: Google.
And the secret's out. The world knows, and companies like Google come here with the confidence that they can meet their employment needs.
By the spring of 2024, construction was underway. While the city hailed the economic investment, the project's sheer size and its impact on the quiet area was quickly becoming apparent.
Basically, all of our utilities have been affected at some point, but like I said, we've had a heads up on some of them, and some of them, just weren't preventable at the time.
But the real concern mounted recently. As the construction advanced, so did Google's plans for its operational infrastructure. Community outcry intensified over a permit request to the Indiana Department of Environmental Management to operate a massive number of diesel backup generators on the campus. Residents, fearing the emission from the generators, would pose serious health risks.
Who knows what happens when you breathe that stuff?
Google has since clarified the generators are strictly for backup in the event of a grid failure and for periodic testing. They also recently announced more than $1.2 million towards wetlands conservations in the St. Joseph River watershed. They maintain they're committed to being a responsible and positive partner in Fort Wayne. Google did have a lengthy response. They touted their focus on the environment and contributing more than $175,000 to local schools. You can find more about their response in length on our website right now at wfft.com. As for tonight, this is an informational forum, not a public hearing. Now, the city and Google are going to have representatives, and they've imposed guidelines to make sure people don't get out of hand. They're going to limit disruptions. Megaphones are banned, and so are large signs.
And Brian, while I have you here, I did have one question for myself and our viewers. How exactly will the forum work? Will people be able to ask their questions to the representatives, or will they just submit their questions? How does that work?
Okay, yeah, they're not going to ask these questions directly to the representatives. They're going to be able to submit the questions on their smartphones or write them down on a note card. I think those have been passed out here on the chairs as they're preparing for this thing to start here in just a little bit. But they'll review those questions and then ask the panel, so none of the questions are repeated.
All right, thanks so much, Brian. We'll see you again at 6. That was Brian Miller reporting live from the forum at the Grand Wayne Center.